begins with a God-given vision. That vision determines everything in the process towards success. Whoa. Definition of vision. You have it up there, Christina? That which is perceived by prophetic insight, perception, or revelation. It's a blueprint from heaven. It's not the same as our mission. We all know the Great Commission. Vision and mission are not the same. You might ask a lot of people what their vision is, and they're going to quote to you the Great Commission. Preach the gospel, proclaim the good news, heal the sick, cast out demons, raise the dead. That's the Great Commission. Vision is asking, how do we implement that? What's the blueprint? Every ministry has an individual vision and blueprint. To get the blueprint from heaven, you have to do what Moses did. To get vision, whoa, I'm getting ahead of myself. Vision, mission. Vision is not just a good idea. Wow, I see the church down the street. And wow, they got a lot of people. Maybe I can see how they did it. That's not vision, guys. That when it's just our idea, we'll be able to accomplish it. Vision is always bigger than what you're able to do. If your vision, if you don't feel like, wow, how in the heck are we going to do this? Then it's not a vision from God. Because a vision from God requires human responsibility on one end, the sovereignty of God on the other. Sometimes we get a vision, we go up into the glory like Moses did. We get a vision from God. Now, well, God gave it to me, so He's going to do it all. No, doesn't work like that. It takes human responsibility and the sovereignty of God, and they come together. You're going to need supernatural help to see the vision accomplished. And I think one of the things we have to do is cast vision so people know, where are we going? What are we called to do? Make sure as leaders that you cast vision. A vision from God. It has to come from heaven. Moses is a good example. 3 times he went up on top of the mountain, 40 days each time. He went into the cloud of glory, and he received supernatural plans from God, how to construct the tabernacle. It was the same for the temple. Not only did he receive supernatural plans, a supernatural blueprint for what he was supposed to lead these people into, but there was also a supernatural purpose for the construction and for the building. Anything God tells us to build, whoa, and I love building. Anything He tells us to build will have a supernatural plan from heaven, a supernatural blueprint, and a supernatural purpose. What was the purpose for the tabernacle? It's the same purpose that we have for building. The Lord said, make sure you build it according to the pattern that I gave you. Don't deviate from it. And then I will fill it with my glory. It's all about the glory. So we want to build according to supernatural plans. Whoa. Sometimes we think it's a heck of a lot easier just to copy somebody across the country or a church, whatever. Another person who's been successful. But maybe that's not our DNA. We need to get blueprints from heaven. It takes revelation. And then if we build according to that plan, to God's plan, He will fill it with His glory. God, to bring about His purposes, always chooses a man or a woman to whom He reveals His plan and His purpose. And then He surrounds them with people who, when identified, will embrace the vision, will embrace the supernatural vision that you've gotten from heaven. God will send people to surround that man or that woman. And they become the support system and force that drives the vision. The guy that gets the vision cannot do it alone. Cannot do it alone. God will begin to draw those in who will implement, who will say, yes, I get it, I catch the vision. That's why you have to cast vision so others will catch it. And then they can surround you. And I'm not going to go into what our vision here is because I know there's, but I have and I will continue to do that here because I believe casting vision is vital. And once you get this vision, whoa. Old men will dream dreams, and old men can be women. They get the overall picture, they get the vision, and then the others surround them and say, yes, we'll run with you. We will run with you in this. We get the vision, and others may even have been come around us already that say, yes, we'll support. We get this too. We see the vision. Say, I feel called to it. I think I'm supposed to do it. But the question that we ask is, can I do this? Can I do it? It's so huge. If any of you have gotten a vision from God, you know you can't do it alone. It's going to take, you'll say this too, the more authority, you know what authority spells to me? More responsibility. It's going to take human responsibility and the enablement of heaven, the grace of God to accomplish the vision that God has given you. And on the human responsibility part, it's going to take grit. I kept getting the word grit. How many of you know what grit is? You put that up there? Grit is a passion and perseverance over the long haul. Over the long haul. Unrelenting, long-term tenacity. It is required. It's using the last amount of human energy to move something ahead and then keep expending that energy until you cross the finish line. It is not a sprint. It's not a sprint, guys. It's a long-term, long-distance run. And it's going to take tenacity. Gritty people play hurt. Gritty people play hurt. Gritty people expect progress to be difficult. Yet they believe to the core of their being that they can overcome whatever obstacle stands in their way. That's grit. And grit is required in the natural realm. If you're an athlete, or you've been an athlete, you know what grit is. It's required anytime we get a vision. Grit is required. And I remember a story, and I don't know if any of you had this story read to you. I had it read to me regularly at school when I was young. It was called "Their Little Engine That Could." And I felt like that's a story of grit. It's a story about a locomotive that is pulling a long line of train cars filled with toys for children who had no toys. What happens is that little engine that is pulling the toys realizes there's a huge mountain between where he's at, or she's at, and how to where the children are and to where the toys have to go. Whoa. The little engine loses confidence and says, I'll never make it up the mountain. This vision's too big. I'll never make it up the mountain. So I'm going to try to find someone more capable. An engine with higher horsepower, a higher horsepowered locomotive to take my place. So the little engine begins to approach several more high-powered train engines. You can just fill in the blanks and look for yourself in all of this. Many that could have done the job easily, but none of them were willing. None of them were willing. They all had excuses. And they really didn't care whether the poor children on the other side of the mountain got the toys or not. They weren't willing and they didn't care. Whoa! I could add so much here, but I'm not going to. Just when it looks like all hope is lost, the undersized engine, who was only built to move empty train cars around a small rail yard, all of a sudden realizes that the poor children on the other side of the mountain will not get the toys unless a willing locomotive signs up for duty. And in a burst of passion, this tiny, undersized locomotive says, I will do it! And all the other locomotives mocked and jeered. In your dreams, they cried. Not deterred, the little engine backs up and hooks up to the long line of train cars filled with toys. And after considerable effort, manages to at least get the train cars moving on the flat ground. Are you relating? But the real test lies ahead, and everyone knows it. There's a huge mountain that must be climbed in order to deliver the toys to the poor children on the other side. The little engine approaches the mountain and realizes that every single bit of horsepower that it possesses is going to be required. So it applies maximum effort to this challenge. Whoa! As it slowly ascends the huge mountain, Whoa, it is huffing and puffing and groaning. Whoa. And it begins the chant that all of us remember. I think all of us do. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. As it huffs and puffs up the mountain. And with steely, unrelenting determination, the little engine makes it up the mountain. And as it is descending into the village, it says something. It says with a satisfied smile, I thought I could. I thought I could. I thought I could. That is grit. And it matters in life, and especially matters in leadership. Others may laugh and others may mock, and you may look like a little engine that can't. But if it's a vision from God, your grit and your human responsibility and determination, together with the ability of God. I want you to say it with me. Yes, I can. Yes, yes I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Amen. Wow. Whoa. Here's the sun.
I don't know if I really need to add.
You do need to add.
Okay.
And I say to you guys, yes, you can. Yes, Arizona can. Yes, yes, the Giants in Arizona can. Yes, the Generals in Arizona can.
Whoa, she got a high five.
Yes.
I just want to keep proclaiming, but I want just when she was saying that, I was just seeing the heads. I was just seeing these heads come together. That's all I could see. But so my mom told me she was going to speak on leadership. So she just said, if you have something, put it together. And so I'm just going to real quick and short. And I just said, leaders come alongside those who have fallen and say, get up. I won't let you stay down. Yes, you can do it. So I'm just going to repeat what you have probably. We will not give up when it looks impossible, the darkest hour, the bleakest. They say, it is possible. I see the light. We feel it in our bones. It's not just a positive word that we speak. It's a fire that's in our bones, in our mouths, that says, yes, we can. I had a dream the other night, and super short, all I saw was a coonskin cap on the ground. And then I heard, put it on. And so as I went to grab it, I heard, you're a frontiersman. It's the wild, wild west. And I just believe the Lord is saying that in northern Arizona, we're frontiersmen. We're paving the way. Does that mean we have to be the most polished or know the most or most talented or most gifted? No, we probably won't be. But we will probably need to have the most grit, endurance, tenacity, and the biggest heart. And we must be willing to lay our lives down for the cause and set an example with our character. You've got to be able to take hard knocks and get right back up quickly like you're a boxer in the ring. You can't stay down, no room for self-pity. And I heard self-pity brings rigor mortis, which I looked it up, and it's a stiffening of your bones and joints. So it's like there's no room for self-pity in leadership and all the way down the line. But especially in leadership, it's like if you get a hard knock, it's like, okay, I'm down, but I'm back up, back quick. You must be tenacious, grab on firmly, and don't let go. It's called the bulldog anointing. Be resilient, withstand or recover. Resilient, those are the words I heard, to be resilient and to be resolute. Resilient is withstand or recover quickly from difficult situations. And resolute means admirably purposeful. You have direction, you have purpose, and you are determined, and you are unwavering. If you waver, then immediately get back in line. You're willing to take risks. Leaders are willing to take risks, and they also are willing to say, oops, we just took a wrong turn.
Yes.
And in my life, I can say this, I probably won't get there the fastest way, but I know I'm going to get you there. If we're in a car, I might take a few wrong turns, but I'm like, oh well, I still can see my destiny, and I'm going to get back on track, and I know I'm going to make it to my destiny. And that's what you have to have. You have to be willing to admit, golly, doggone it, I just made a mistake. But we will quickly get back on course and waste no time doing it. And then I was seeing a jellyfish, and the Lord showed me two extreme examples. And He said, well, I feel like, the Lord said, you must be as flexible as a jellyfish, fluid. And how you just see a jellyfish, it just is just like, it basically, well, it doesn't have any backbone. And then the other, I saw just the opposite, but we have to be both. Willing to be reshaped, remolded, pressed, squeezed, stretched, pulled apart, willing to be honest, open, and let go of things when needed. And then the other thing I saw immediately after I saw that, and I saw the jellyfish, all of a sudden I saw just the opposite picture. And then I heard, when needed, we need to be as straight and stiff as an ironclad backbone. The world calls it stubborn. If needed, we won't budge. We become immovable, unbendable, and withstand resistance, knowing because we know our position and we know our job. You must know, okay, so then I heard this later, I was just getting dressed and I heard the Neil Diamond, I think it's the Gambler song. And I'm not one with songs, and I'm not going to be able to sing this. Yes. And so then I just started writing down. Okay. Well, see, you know how I know music. Okay, I didn't even bother to look it up. So, okay. So I heard you must know when to be seen, and you must know when to be hidden. Know when to walk away, and know when to run. Know when to rock mine, and know when to hold them. Know when to let go, and know when to chase them down. Know when to stay silent, and know when to roar like a lion. Know when to sit down, and know when to stand. Knowing when to close the gate, because we're setting our boundaries, and we know when to open it. Know when to get behind and push, and know when to take the lead and pull. Know when to root out and pull down and destroy and overthrow, and know when to build and plant. I just had to get a scripture in there. So that's pretty much what I got as leadership. And then I have another question. When I was just kind of out here, I was hearing the word McDonald's. So I don't know, does anybody know a family with the last name? If not, I wrote it down and maybe it will come forth later. But no, nobody does. Okay. So sometimes I'll get words and I'll just be like, what does that mean? Okay. So, who wants to be a leader? Yeah.
Yeah, I will get back into worship. I'm just kind of see where we go.
I was, just earlier I was seeing northern Arizona, and I was seeing, and earlier in our little body, the Lord kept saying, get it together, because we have a dynamic, the tools that the Lord has given us within individuals is so powerful. And then when we move as one, then we're going to rock and roll and be explosive, and we're getting there. So then I was hearing that kind of like over the region, like, get it together. And I know it has to do with, the netting and all of that, but I was seeing I think we talked about this before, but each place is going to have an identity, and a very powerful identity that the region is going to need. And as I say the region, I'm saying the ones that they're connecting with. I'm not seeing just like one body that's going to be for the whole region. I'm seeing like we all connect together and we all get it together, and Northern Arizona is going to explode. And I think it's the same with the state. But I was seeing there's going to be some that are going to be called, or that are called right now, to carry the storehouse of the region. I don't know if there's more than one. There might be more than one. But as I'm just saying, as you get it together, and I know this sounds brass or whatever, I don't know, but it's for the region, guys. It's like your storehouse is going to be for the region, and it's also going to be to supply other ones in the region, other bodies of Christ in the region. I'm just saying, we've got to link together. We've got to get it together and link together. And I'm seeing like you're going to be a storehouse, and the more that you get an understanding of this and you begin to operate in that, the more that will come. So it's going to be, I believe it's a storehouse of His presence, and a storehouse, presence and presence, both. Financially and the presence, very strong, very strong. So I just believe this is in baby stages. What we're doing is baby stages, but I'm seeing, man, if you're called to be a storehouse, I'm just going to say it, just like we talk to our individuals, man, you guys got to tithe to get this thing, to get us all in unity. It's the same thing in the region. Man, we got to be about Northern Arizona, where we're planted, where we are placed.